Good, so hello and welcome to class today. So today we're going to be working with the water element, and I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about the water element before we start, where you're just getting your body in the right place and right space to do our practice today. So bring yourself to sitting, sit yourself on a cushion or something underneath your buttocks if you need it, yoga brick if you've got one, if you need it, and just find a comfortable, easy pose. Bring the fingers, the thumb and the first finger to Gyan Mudra. Good, lifting up, out through the crown of the head. Good, feel that connection with the ground. So we've already looked at the earth element. Last week we looked at fire, and today we're moving on to focus on water. So our bodies are made up of over 60% of water, so it's no wonder that when we want to relax, we like to do nothing better than to go to the sea, to be beside a river, listening to the rain or a waterfall, to calm us, to stress us, to de-stress us, and to help us become more in tune with nature. So quite often you'll find that meditation tapes have some form of water quite often with them. So water is the element of love and peace, purification and healing. And water is the emotion of the subconscious. And water personality types tend to be articulate, clever and introspective, self-contained and self-sufficient. So I'm sure you can find more information on elements and which one you might be online somewhere. Fear is an emotion that relates to the water element, and water is the most powerful element of all. And the organs associated in the body with the water element are the kidneys and the bladder. So we're going to be focusing on some sun salutations today, some stuff that works the hips, and some core and back work as well with the practice. So the colour of the water element is blue, and its season is winter. And if you're looking at the senses, the five senses, it relates to hearing. And when our water element is unbalanced, we tend to suffer with low back pain, fatigue, shortness of breath, and also it can mean high blood pressure as well. And to keep your water element balanced, you want to eat warm and salty foods, things like seaweed, brown rice, walnuts, parsley, kidney beans, mushrooms, leafy greens and fermented foods such as sauerkraut, kefir and kimchi. And also try to minimise coffee and processed foods. So the star signs that relate to water element are Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces. And water, as we know, cleanses and balances. So just a little bit of information about water. Good, so before we begin, just a little bit of a check-in with your body. So just notice how you're feeling today, both in your body and in your mind. So noticing any aches and pains, you should already, I'm sure, know of any injuries that you may be guarding. And as we move through class today, as always, just work at your own pace. So honouring any injuries and body tightnesses that you may have. So working within your ability, there's no need to push, there's no need to struggle. Just be with the poses as we move through them. And if you need to come down and take a break, that's absolutely fine. It's your yoga. And whenever we practice yoga, it will always give us something. So it's there to guide us mentally and spiritually, it's there to strengthen us, it's there to give us a little bit more flexibility as well. Beautiful, beautiful practice. Good. And then gently opening the eyes, let's take a nice deep breath in. So reach those arms up, clasp them, have a really big Reach up, lift up out of your hips, relax your shoulders, and gently release those arms down and roll those shoulders. Good, and again, nice big breath in, lifting those arms up, big stretch up, and releasing the arms back down again, roll the shoulders, and one more time, big breath in, up, and stretch, and release, and roll those shoulders. Well done. So we're going to come to downward face dog first of all. So we're going to come onto your hands and knees. Good. Turn the toes under. Feel that stretch behind your toes. Pull your tummy in and back muscles down, and gently press back and come to your first down dog of our practice this morning. Look forward and spread your fingers. Good, and look back and make sure your legs are in line with the sides of your body. Good, relaxing the head. Just let the head shake a little bit, let it nod. Drawing that belly up. Good, and gently come down to your hands and knees, and let's round that back up. So drawing the ribs and your tummy up and in, and release and come through to a gentle arch. And again, rounding that back up, curling in and up, and gently releasing. Good, again, curling up, squeezing with the tummy, rounding that back, feel the stretch through the whole back body, and release. Good, and one more, rounding up, curl, and gently release. Good, coming back into neutral, turn your toes under and press back again to that down dog. Easing those heels to the ground, pushing the bottom up and backwards. Good, feel that even distribution between the forelimbs. So you're feeling the weight firmly in the feet, firmly in the arms and the hands. And then bring yourself gently to a plank position. And let's just gently pop the knees down, relaxing. Good, nice and solid here. Then tuck your elbows in. Come down and lift to a little cobra here. Good, using that breath, pressing the belly down into the ground, pressing the pubic bone down, squeezing your bottom and keeping the legs firmly on the floor. Shoulders are away from your ears. We're now going to push back again. Push back, shoulders down. Good, draw back towards those heels. And then slowly coming back through again, drop the belly, lifting elbows in, come down. And again, flowing it back, lift up. And come back into those heels. And again, rolling it through. Release down. Elbows tuck into your body. Rolling up and lifting. Back, so we're waking up the trunk of the body. Good, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Shoulders stay away from the ears. Get a little bit warmer. Let's go and keep going. Slowly down. Push back. Good, two more. Push down. And back. Again, stretch back into that child pose. And just take a little rest here, reach those arms out. Good, slowly come to hands and knees. Turn those toes. And from here, start to walk your hands back towards your feet. We're just going to explore those hips for a little moment. So you might want to roll your mat over because you're at the back of the mat. You want to open your feet, widen the feet as much as you feel you need to. Tentatively come down, because this is our first one, and come down into a yogi squat here. Good. Good. And just for a second, if you can, close your eyes and go inwards and focus into your pelvis. And gently press the hands down, lift yourself back up, bring your feet back to parallel. Take your hands out again to that down dog. Draw the belly back. Good, lifting your left leg up. Step leg forward to the front of your mat. And taking a rotation, so twists are also helpful when we're working with the water elements. We're just rotating through the rib cage here. Good lunges, good, working the legs, feeling the pelvis again. Relax the shoulders. Bring the arm back down, bring the leg back to down dog. Pick up your right leg. Step that one forward. Come to that rotation again, turning through your ribs. Long straight back leg. And comes down, lift the leg back to down dog. Let's go again, pick the left leg up, strap it through. And come to that rotation turn. This time can you wrap around the back, draw that knee towards your body. Strong back leg. Come centre, lift the leg back. Good, right leg lifts and it steps through. Turn towards that leg. Good. If you want to, take the hand behind, take that rotation a little bit further. Keep drawing that knee towards your body. Back to centre. Back to down dog. Good, lift that left leg up again, step through and bring yourself up to a high lunge. And then down into that rotation. Turn. Good. Bring that hand down, step that leg back. Good, the right one comes up and it steps forward, lifting up into that high lunge. Take a rotation. Good, come back to down dog. Good, swap those hands back to those feet again. Open the feet. Come down, Into your yogi squat again. Lift your chest. Pressing the knees apart with the hands. Good. Breathing. Just go inwards while we take a breather here. Push the hands, lift up. Do that little sequence again, so walk your hands out. Pick up that left leg and step it through. Good, lift up, high lunge. Bring it to a rotation. This time again, take the hand behind the back, open the chest. Bring yourself back to down dog. Picking the right leg up, big step through, come up to your high lunge. Ooh. Bring it to a rotation. Bring that hand behind. Okay, put the hand down, and this time step this back leg forward. And we're at the front of our mat now. Gently folding. Okay, just let yourself hang for a second. If you want to let go and take hold of the elbows, you can do. Nice straight legs if you can. Bringing your head towards your legs. Good, very gently use your abdominals, unwind. And come up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Good. Just take a moment here. Good, let's take an inhale. Tiny baby back bend. And exhale, fold forward. And take the hands onto those shins as you inhale. Exhale down. Good, step back to plank position. Good, pop your knees down. Come down. And lift to cobra. Elbows into your body. And the shoulders stay down, push back to down dog. Step that left leg forward. Come up into a high lunge first. Bring the hands down. Step the right leg forward. Inhale all the way up. And the hands come down. Inhale up, baby back bend, and exhale forward. Hands to those shins, fingers down, right leg first, step back to your plank position, knees down, cobra, open, back to down dog. Up the right leg, step it through, come to high lunge, lift, hand comes down, left leg steps forward, inhale, and hands come down. Just take a moment here. Let's go again, inhale and exhale. Hands to shins, Release down, step back to plank, knees down if you want to. Now this time, up dog or cobra, down dog. Pick up that left leg, step through, come to high lunge, up. Hands come down, step the leg forward. Inhale all the way up, hands down. Inhale up and fold. Hands down, right leg leads, step back to plank. Come down up into cobra or up dog. Down dog. Right leg picks up and we step through. High lunge. Step the left leg. Inhale all the way up. Hands down. Again, take a moment here. Good, final round, inhale. And sit to Utkatasana chair first. Press. Could bring the hands to the heart center. Let's have a twist here. Take your elbow to the outside of your knee. One elbow down, one elbow to the ceiling. Hands in prayer pose, bottoms are down. Rotate through your ribs. And come center. Other side. Smile. Good, come back to your chair. Push up. Release if you want to jump back. You can jump back if you want to plank. You don't need to put the knees down if you don't want to. Up dog or cobra. Knees can be off if they want to. Back to down dog. Left leg steps through. Lift up. High lunge. Hands down. Step forward. Inhale up. Hands down. Good. Inhale up to chair. Sit down. Utkatasana. Good, hands to prayer. Rotate the other way first this time. Good, hand center. Other side. Hand center. Push up. Forward fold. Gently come down. Step. Or jump back. Come down and through. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Pick up the right leg. Step it through. High lunge. Hands down. Step the leg. Inhale up. Hands come down. Good. Take a nice in breath. And a forward fold. Hands to shins. Release down. And slowly walk your feet back to down dog. Picking up the left leg. Now open the hip so the knee goes to the ceiling. Good, and then we're going to bring this leg to pigeon. So the left knee comes to the left side of the mat. And we allow the body to slide back. So again, working into those hips, into the pelvis. Good. Hold up for a second, lift nice and tall. Good. If you want to make it a bit stronger, ease that foot a little bit forward. So you're bringing that foot closer to the alignment with the edge of the knee here. And then if your body wants to, come down a bit. Make sure your pelvis is nice and level though, so you can feel your hip headlights pointing down towards the ground. You're not shifted onto one buttock, you're right in the middle, and you can feel the thigh of that long leg, the right leg, stretching back, and you feel a stretch in your hip flexor as well. So you can stay here. You can prop yourself up with cushions if you need to, underneath your hip or underneath your bottom. And then if you want to, come down to the forearms for a second, see how it feels here. So a little bit deeper now. Breathe into that stretch. Beautiful stretch. And then if you want to, let yourself come all the way down, so the arms stretch in front of you and your forehead comes to the floor. Slowly come back onto the elbows, and then we push up onto the hands. The back toes turn under and we creep in and bring ourselves back to our hands and knees here. Good. And let's press back to down dog. Pick up the right leg and bend the knee, lifting up, open that hip. Good, and then bring the right knee to the right side of the mat, foot to the left, come into pigeon. Pick that up. Good, drawing that foot a little bit higher, and you might find, like me, that one of your hips is tighter than the other, so the foot may not come up quite to the same level. Good, stay here for a moment, drop your shoulders down, allow the hips to sink, breathing into that pelvis. And then if your body wants to, you're coming down into those forearms. And if you feel you want to, allow yourself to slide all the way out. Gently coming back onto those forearms again, making that journey back, and gently pressing up. And turn those toes under and bring yourself back to Down dog. And slowly walking those hands back again towards those feet. Roll the mat up if you need to. Open the feet, heels are in, toes are out. Come down into your yogi squat. Good, lifting the chest. Good. Good, again closing the eyes and going inwards, focusing on your pelvis. And if your bottom's nearly on the floor, you can obviously put your bum down if you need to though. Bring yourself down. I need to come a bit further forward. Lost my space, I haven't got any room. And just give your legs a bit of a shake out. The legs are shaking out. Okay, just come to Dandasana for a second, lifting yourself up. Good. Again, feeling that connection with the pelvis. And then slowly bending your knees and coming into Dandasana boat pose, leaning back, and opening the chest. Good. And I want you to imagine now we're on a river and you're just going to gently row your way down the river. So we've got a little rotation happening, relaxing the shoulders. Again, if you want to close your eyes and go inwards, you can, imagining that scenery around you as you gently paddle your way down the river. Good. Keep that leaning back if you can. Good. And then bring your paddles to rest. Take your hands around the back of the knees. Gently open those knees and allow yourself to sink forward. Good. We'll just do that one more time. So we're going to come up, bend those knees, lean back, take your oars, and again gently rowing down your little river. Good, keeping your chest open, draw your navel back, pulling up with Mula Band, pelvic floor muscles. Using your breath. And bring your oars to rest. Open your knees and come forwards. Good. Lift yourself up and come back to Dandasana. Staff pose. Good. Take your right leg over your left leg. And take your left arm around that right leg and bring yourself into a rotation. Inhale and exhale, keeping the spine nice and straight. Lift up out through the top of the head, pull your tummy in. A few nice long deep breaths here. centre. Sway that leg away, come back again, lift up. Okay, the left leg comes across the right leg, place the foot down. The right hand comes on, comes around that left leg, we lift up. Inhale, and we exhale, we turn. Breathing, lifting up. As you exhale, relax your shoulders, pull your belly in. Come back to the centre and bring your legs to bound angle, so bring the bottoms of your feet together and allow the knees to descend towards the floor, lifting up nice and strongly. Good, pressing the knees outwards to go down, lift your chest. Keep pressing those knees out. Keep drawing back with your navel point and draw up with molar bands, so the pelvic floor muscles, everything underneath the body draws upwards. Nice and straight spine. Good, and releasing. Take those legs out in front of you and just gently bring yourself down onto your back. Good. We're going to come into Matsyasana, fish pose, so very apparent with water elements, so we work with fish. So either with your arms, if you're used to doing it this way, down by the sides of your body, or sometimes it makes it a little bit easier just to pop your hands underneath the bottom of your bottom cheeks. The legs are together and we're squeezing the thighs and pointing the toes. And we gently take a breath in and we lift up, pressing onto our elbows to lift up and look down towards your feet. And then from here, take another big breath and lift the chest up. And then gently allow the head to come back to the floor. Feeling that stretch across the throat. Draw up between your shoulder blades, squeeze your belly in, squeeze your thighs. And you can come out anytime you want to. No weight on your head, it's all in your arms and your back. Big breath in. Exhale, press into the arms, gently lift the head, tuck your chin in, look at your feet, reverse the process. And gently come down, just for a moment. Let the arms and legs open as if you were coming into Shavasana, although you're not just yet. Just let that pose, just let it go. Good, we've got one more to do. So again, really focus 100% be in your body. Legs come together, let's point our toes. Again, either hands by the side of the body or just slip your hands just gently underneath your butt cheeks. I'm going to lift the head up, look at your feet and press into the elbows and dome your chest, draw your shoulder blades together and take your head back. Good, pressing into those arms strongly, there's no pressure on your head. Lift your back. Press into those elbows, squeeze your tummy, squeeze your thighs, point your toes. Imagine you're a beautiful fish in the ocean. Big breath, press in, lift up the head, tuck your chin in first, and gently come down. Good, again, let the arms and legs come away just for a second. Deepen the breath for a moment or two, longer breath. Good, and let's bring that focus back to the pelvis again. Bring your feet quite close to your body. Turn your toes in and your heels out very slightly. And a good gauge, because you want to have your ankles below your knees, is that you can just about stroke the back of your heels. Look at your legs, lift up. Look, make sure your legs are not gaping open, they're in line with your body. Draw your navel centre back, squeeze your buttocks, press the back down into the floor to get length, squeeze everything in your torso, and lift your hips up. Good. So you may not be all the way up yet, don't worry, so just hovering in that bridge, remembering you can come down at any time if you want to. Now for some of us we're going to come a little bit higher, so I'm going to press my chest up more and bring my arms, I'm tucking my shoulders and my arms under my body to enable me to bring my hands into grasp, and I'm pressing down with my hands and my arms, and I'm pushing up with my chest. So I'm drawing up between the shoulder blades a little bit more, pushing the knees further away from me to give me space to raise up a little bit more. Good. If you have wheel within your practice, you could go into wheel now. Good. Slowly and gently come out of wheel if you're in there. Make sure you're tucking your chin in towards your chest to protect your neck. And then we'll release those arms. And we're slowly coming down to the bottom. Good, releasing. And come back into that bound angle here. Bottoms of feet come together. Let those knees open for a second. Put your hands onto your belly. That connection with the bottoms of your feet together, feeling the hands connecting to your belly area. Good, gently bring those feet back upright. And we'll come to happy baby now. So we're going to bring our legs into our body. And just allow your hands to come around those shins for a second, feeling those thighs nice and close towards your chest. Relax your shoulders, relax your feet. And then coming into happy baby. So we're hopefully going to try and take the outside of the feet and lift the feet to the ceiling, using those knees down either side of our body. If you can't quite reach your feet, you can always use a strap and put that over a strap or a tie over the base of the feet and hold on here. You could be holding on to the lower part of the legs. Or if you're really struggling to maintain the pose, you just bring your hands behind the thighs and just try and get your feet up to the ceiling. It's a lovely opening into the hips, but it's also a great stretch for the lumbar spine as well. See if you can take your sacrum down towards the floor, so that little area just above your butt cheek, just below your butt crease, above your butt crease even. Feel it pressing down towards your mat. And nice breath in, and as you breathe out, see if those legs will come any closer to the floor. Gently relaxing those legs down. Bring your knees together, feet touch down, arms come out to a T shape either side of your body. Bring the palms up to the ceiling, just let your shoulders relax. So arms a little bit lower than shoulders. And just take a nice breath in and take your knees over towards the right side and take your head to the left. Lengthening from armpit to hip, just push the hip away and anchor the arm and the shoulder down towards the floor. Gently bringing your legs back to the centre and letting the knees come over to the left and look towards the right hand. And gently bring the legs back to the centre. Good. Hug your knees into your body again, feeling the whole of the spine, or as much of the spine as you can, pressing down into the mat from your tail all the way up to your neck. And we're going to come moving into Shavasana now. So grab your blanket. If you've got an eye pillow, use your eye pillow. If you find that your head tips back and your chin's in the air, maybe a little towel or something underneath your head is sometimes helpful. And if you start with your arms, so just let your arms come away from your body a little way and let your palms be up towards the ceiling. Just wriggle around and tuck your shoulder blades in a little bit. And then allow your legs to slide away a little bit wider than the hips. And you'll find that the feet will turn out sideways a little bit, so the ankle bones are just going towards the floor. Have a gentle shake with your hips and your body. And then just bring yourself to stillness and take yourself inwards. Maybe let your imagination take you to a beautiful beach somewhere where you've been before on a beautiful sunny summer's day. Maybe just sit in your imagination with the beach, with the water. Slowly start to bring yourself back into the room, feeling your body back on the floor. Feel the parts of you that are connecting with your mat. And then start to gently move the fingers, move the toes and the ankles and the feet. Maybe circle the hands, just get some movement happening. And then bringing the legs a little closer together, point the toes and take your arms overhead and have a really long stretch. And then flexing those feet, still stretching, push the heels away. And gently bring the arms back over, bring your feet to the floor and bring your knees back into your chest. A gentle rock from side to side. Maybe make some circles just to massage your lower back. And then popping your feet down onto the floor. Good. Roll yourself over onto one side and just stay there for a second. If you can roll to your right, it's a good side to roll to. Just noticing how you feel right now. And then very slowly using your arms, bringing your head up. Last of all. Okay, bring yourself back. It's that place where we started. Sukhasana, easy pose. Okay, and just for a second, bring the hands back to Gaya Mudra. Okay, closing the eyes and going inwards. And bring the hands together at the heart centre. Press the hands together, elbows out. Roll the shoulders over and down. We bring the hands to our forehead and we think positive thoughts. We bring them to our lips and we speak with kindness and the truth. And we bring them to our heart centre and we have an open and loving heart. Namaste. Thank you for sharing practice today.